Hello, everybody. We will begin in a few seconds. Good evening for you if you are in Europe. Good night if you are in Asia. Good afternoon if you are in Canada, the States, or South America. Because generally we have people who join from all over the world to our webinar, so we have to adapt our welcome address. Okay, and it's 1 minute after the time scheduled to begin, and we are very happy to welcome you. You are a lot to be connected since a few minutes. For those who will be late, we will send them the recording of this webinar. First of all, we'll introduce ourselves. Professor Elisabeth Paulet, please.
I'm Elisabeth Paulet. I'm from ICN Business School, and I'm a professor in finance at the school.
Thank you very much. And you are in charge of this joint program between ICN and Business Science Institute that we launched for the first time 1 year ago. My name is Michel Kalika. I am emeritus professor and president founder of the Business Science Institute. I will tell you more in a few minutes about our organization. On this first slide, you have also the contact, the email contact of Business Science Institute, and we will, of course, very rapidly answer to all your demand. We will begin with some technical advice. Then I will introduce Business Science Institute and the story of our DBA. And then Professor Paulet will present the program in Sustainable Management Innovation. And then we will be, of course, available to answer your question. But first of all, some technical advice, because a lot of people are connected tonight. The microphone are not open, but you can interact with us all the time, either using the chat, either using Q&A, question and answer, and we will answer to, of course, to all your questions. I would like also to thank you, Frederic, who is here and who organized this webinar. And he will be the moderator of this webinar and will be able also to give you a lot of information about the program on the chat. So first of all, some word about the Business Science Institute. Created 10 years ago. It will be our anniversary, our birthday at the end of September. And we have been originally created to meet a demand, a specific demand of experienced manager holding an MBA or an equivalent of an MBA. And people that after the MBA, and of course they have a lot of experience, they wanted to take a step back from their managerial experience. They wanted to think about their managerial practices. They wanted to write thesis, to publish a book, and of course they were thinking about a doctoral program. And because the doctoral program, the traditional doctoral program, are not always well adapted to the demand of managers, we created Business Science Institute in May 10 years ago. So today we are an international academic network organization. That's an important issue because we have with ICN a lot of professors who are able to answer the supervision of all the thesis subject. We focus on DBA. We have only one program. We are very, very specialized. Maybe because I was a professor of strategy, and so I do believe in specialization strategy. We are a non-for-profit organization. And what is important also, we are one of the 10 AMBA accredited DBA since December 2020. Today, we have around 235 doctoral student managers. The average age is 46. And we are open nearly 60 group in 11 countries. Our students are coming from 50 nationalities, and we teach face-to-face and also online in synchronous mode and asynchronous mode. What is important to highlight is the fact that in our program, those who are working, and of course you are a lot to be working very hard, they can defend their thesis. And we organize nearly 140 DBA defense in March until March 2023. We have more than 130 professors from all over the world. 80 of them are strongly involved in supervision, teaching, follow-up. We teach in French, in English, in German. I said that before, in face-to-face and online. One of our characteristics is that we focus on book. We publish 45 books, published by our faculty and by our doctor. And that's very important. I will come back on that point later. We have a partnership with the University of Lyon, the business school of the university, and also with ICN. And we are an affordable program. You can have more information about what we are doing on our website, businessscienceinstitute.com. We have different program face-to-face all over the world. We have a program online and also in English and program in French, also on a remote mode. We are AMBA accredited, that's very important. And we focus on impact, and we organize an annual DBA Managerial Impact Award. Okay, I'm supposed to give the floor to Professor Paulet.
Yes.
Let's go.
So I would present briefly what the ICN is, what the institution is. So next slide. ICN is a French business school, okay, which is based in Nancy, Paris, and Berlin, 3 campuses. We are triple accredited, EQUIS, double AICSB, MBI, and we are ranked in the Financial Times.
Congratulations.
We have, now it's more, it's 3,500 students, 80 core faculty, which come from all over the world, not only French. And we have a large number of graduates all over the world because our students are not, after the study, are not willing only to work in France, but everywhere in the world. We have the students in the US, in Canada, in Europe, in Latin America, etc. And our DNA is trying to provide innovative and transdisciplinary education because we have a partnership with a school of engineer and a school of design. And we want to make our students at any level to become responsible professional, capable of acting in a global business environment that is always changing. Okay, next slide. Why have we chosen to join the DBA program? First, to manage with our students to boost their skill to perform managerial practice. That means that contrary to the PhD, we will focus on managerial aspect within this doctor program. Second, we want to give you academic research and rigorous academic practice which have an immediate impact on this world. We want to be innovative and creative, as I already explained. So that's why we have this triple alliance with art, technology, and management. And this alliance help us to train creativity and innovation, and to be accustomed to practice with other managerial professionals that are that come from other profile. We deliver online program, and in this DBA you will have also the benefits of individualized mentoring. That means we will give you a professor which will follow all your work during all the study, which does not prevent you, of course, from having contact with other professor if you need, if you think it's necessary at one point, of course.
That's a very important issue, the availability of our network of professors. All the professors who are involved in the DBA program, they are available, they answer to the question, and you can contact them through our support team. That's one of our assets, and that's explained, it's a key success factor. I see on the chat that we have a different question, and we will answer to all that question, very relevant question.
Okay.
Thank you. So, a three-stage program.
So we want in the first stage will be to give you the research skill you need to do your research. Okay, so you will have in the first stage all the seminars, either in a methodology or in a specific topic, in order to run your research during the 3 years. Okay, I will come back after to the description of this topic afterwards. The stage 2 will be to write and to develop your DBA. And you will have for that the supervision of an experienced professor that will help you and give you advice all through your journey. And the stage 3 will be the completion of the thesis, the defense, the public defense that will take place before an international panel of examiner. We will first read your document, and after, if necessary, ask you to revise it if necessary. And then you will be asked to present your work and to answer a couple of questions.
Maybe we can answer one of the questions about the International Week. This program is an online program, synchrone system, and there is an International Week. It is the last week of September each year. And the students who are available, they attend to this international week because they can present their certificate. They can, of course, have meeting, face-to-face meeting with professor. They can meet other students and alumni. For example, this year we will have our international week, and around 60 of our students will be there, and also 60 of our faculty will be there. So it's an advice, of course, to attend if it is possible. If not, we also organize online activity during this international week. Some word about our faculty, because it's a very important point in our program.
So as you see, you have a faculty that comes all over the world. You have French, faculty, Mascarola Jean, Bengozi Pierre-Jean, Chevalier Françoise, but you have also international faculty like Olivier Bertod, who comes from Germany. Rebecca Specolorum is French. Kamel Misri is Tunisian. Philippe Kitchen is English. And Nicolas Rennery is, as we say in French, a citoyen du monde. That means he is French, but he has lived in Canada. Now he is in Germany. So he's accustomed to different culture and different way to practice its methodology.
That's the characteristic of the faculty. They come from a lot of numerous business schools, very famous one, of course, ICN, but also François Chevalier is from HEC, Pierre-Jean Bengozi is from École Polytechnique in France, and so on. And we have also American, Canadian faculty in the program, and they are all available to answer your question and to supervise your thesis.
So, as I said, you will have in the first stage different seminars that are targeting on methodological aspect, but you have also thematic paradigm. Why we do that? Just because we know that all of you will have different research questions, and we wanted to help you to have more deep insight on each different topic. So we select leadership, which is a very important and strategic leadership in the business world, which is done by Kamel Misri. You will have some elements on marketing. I know that some of you are researching in a marketing aspect. Green and sustainable finance, which is done by Tristan Roger. You know that now in finance, you have also a lot of companies who introduce ESG, sustainability criteria. And it's important that we understand why it is important for the company and for also for the banking institution, for example. You will have a seminar on supply chain, one on human resource management, when all of you work in companies. So this aspect of the management could be important for you. And the last topic is about sustainable behavior in business, which is done by Olivier Bartot. So large panel.
And a lot of seminar in the module 2 and 3 on different topic in relation with the specialization of this group on sustainable innovation management.
Exactly.
A question about the admission process.
Yes, you can submit your CV to the Business Science Institute or contact the ICN. As soon as we receive the CV, a research proposal that you have done, we can or reorientate or give you some advice. Okay, you know that for applying to the DBA, you need to have a current position, a certain numbers of years and managerial experience, 5 years. Okay.
Yes, but in practice, you know, you have seen that the average age is 45, 46. It means that the people, they have 15 to 20 years of experience, and some of them have more.
Okay. We try to do our best to answer you as soon as possible, to give you feedback on the eligibility and also advice if you need to, or to have some, to answer your question if you have any, or if you need some advice also to write your research proposal before submitting on the platform.
Yeah, there is a question about the research project that the student has to submit the research project at the first step.
I mean, when you will do your application, we do not expect that you have a perfect research project, but it's important to have an idea on the topic you are going to research, so that we also can orientate it our search of supervisor, so that you can have the supervision as soon as possible. Okay. And we can also see what you need more to be in a comfortable position at any time on your DBA.
When you submit your CV, you are not obliged to submit a research proposal. After we receive your CV, we say go or no go to the admission process. In the online admission process, there is a document on your research project. But
Mm,
you are at the beginning of the process. So it means that we don't expect the research project that you will be able to submit a few months after. If
no,
it was the case, we won't be unuseful. But
exactly.
as Professor Paulet said, we want to know on which kind of topic you are thinking about. We want to know the relationship between this topic and your experience because it is a DBA program based on managerial practices, on your experience. And we want also to know what you read before, any article, any books. So you have, when you send the application document, you have to tell us some ideas, some issue about your research project. But it's not a contract. It means that you will be able to change to make it evaluate during the process, of course.
Mm,
We have other question about the degree. About the degree, we can say that you received, there is a specific question. You received the degree of ICL, you
mm,
received the degree of Business Science Institute, and all our students are also registered in the University of Lyon, which is a public university, in the business school of the Public University of Lyon. Lyon is a very big town in France. And you also receive the DBA from the university. It is a degree from the university signed by the president of the university. I think that on our website, and Frédéric will be available to answer on that point. On our website, you have a copy of the degree that you will receive at the end of the
mm,
process.
mm.
There is another question about how long is the International Week, how many days. It depends on the number of students and the number of defense that we have to organize. For example, this year we will have more than 30 thesis defense. And so the week will be 3 days. It will be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And during this week, you will have also conferences, presentation of the certificate, meeting, conferences with professor, and so on. And at the end of the week on Friday, you will have the graduation ceremony. Excuse me. We we have a question. Somebody uh, can we get the video recording link after the session today? Yes, the answer is yes, of course. All the people will receive the video recording. All the people who registered will receive the video recording. Of course, it will be
Mhm.
available. Uh, we have other question. We have a question on about the length of the program. The program,
Depends.
yes, Professor Paulet.
I mean, normally less than 3 years, it would be impossible, especially for somebody who works. Okay, because it's you will have your working time, and then you will do your DBA in plus. So the average to obtain a DBA is almost 3, 4 years, depending on the intensity of your work, your availability, the availability of the data you will use to do your empirical analysis, etc., etc. Okay, almost I would say 4 years is a good average to obtain a DBA.
For our students in Business Science Institute, the average length is 3 years and a half.
Voilà.
And that's what Professor Paulet answered. And for AMBA, the length of the program is 4 years normally. So we organize, that's why we say three phase, three step. And but some students they defend their thesis at the end of the first 3rd years.
Mhm.
Uh,
Uh,
we have a
let-
question about accreditation.
uh,
Uh, so the accreditation of the program, of the DBA program, is an AMBA accreditation since 2020. Okay. And we have the agreement of the Ministry of Education of Luxembourg, where we are based. ICN is Triple Crown, so the institution receive the three famous, the best accreditation in the world: EQUIS, EQUIS originally European,
Europe.
AACSB, the American one, and AMBA, UK, specialized for the MBA program. And the degree from the University of Lyon is the degree of the university delivered by the president of the university. That's what we can say about the accreditation. That's an important question. You know, maybe we can say also that if we are working together with ICN and if we are accredited, that's for the students a guarantee of quality. It means a guarantee of quality. It means also that the students have to work. You know,
Mm,
it's not enough to register to obtain the degree. We have to be very clear and very transparent on that. Registration is not enough to obtain the degree. Our program is a very serious program because it's accredited, because our doctor, after the graduation ceremony, some of them they publish book, and because they want to create impact. We consider that the DBA is more than a degree. The DBA is a way also, of course, to obtain a degree, a doctoral degree, but it's also a way to create impact.
mm.
Impact for you, impact in your companies, impact for society. That's why the topic of this program is about sustainable innovation management.
And in fact, it's a large topic that is actually extremely important for people and for company. So if you want to have a real impact on managerial aspect, I don't think you can do it without any aspect of sustainability. Anyway.
Yeah. And you know, more and more of our DBA students, they focus on topic in relation with the 17 sustainable goals of United Nations,
Mm.
the Sustainable Development Goals.
Mm.
Yes, we have another question.
For
Uh,
transfer or credit hour.
yeah, you can answer on that.
I think I will be not I will not sorry be in favor of transfer of credit because PhD has another vocation than a DBA. So that means that when you will have your seminars, we'll take that into account in our lecturing session. So if you enroll the DBA, I would say that you will have to follow the seminar anyway.
Yeah, we have some students who begin a research project
Oh,
in other institution, in PhD program and so on, and who come to our program considering the quality and also the availability of the faculty. That's very important to be sure that you will have supervisor who are available. But they have to follow, they have to attend the program because the program is very specific, and you have to meet the standard of the program. So my answer could be send us your CV, and we will give you an answer. There is another question. If I have more question, will I be able to connect with some, of course, with Frédéric, with Professor Paulet, with me? We are always available on appointment. The best way is to send an email to contact, and you say when you are available, and we will organize a Zoom meeting. If you want a rapid answer, a quick answer, you can also ask your question by email, and you will
By
have
email, yes.
and you
For
will
me,
have
it's more easy because normally I answer quickly to the email. I try to organize things.
yeah. No, we don't unmute the microphone because there is a lot of people connected at the same time, and we can have a noise problem. Can you please, Mr. Wise, can you please ask your questions through the chat or through question and answer, and we will answer very rapidly.
So I precise that the DBA will be online.
Yeah,
it's not face-to-face program. It's an online program, but the seminar will be taking place at the same hours, so that you will have you would create a community with other students while attending the seminars. Okay, so the student will be participate to the seminar at the same hours, so that you will know your colleagues. You can exchange on topic and create a community if you wish to participate or to organize a session where you can discuss research questions. It's a good opportunity to do so.
Yeah, maybe we can say that the session are recorded. So if you cannot connect during the session, you can be able to work after the session. You will be able also to have contact with the professor, after personal contact with the professor. Generally, at which hour do we organize a session, Professor Paulet?
It's 1:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon, so that it can be feasible for people all around the world to join the session if they are available.
Yes, it's 1:30 Paris time,
Paris
1 hour after UK time. It's because last year in the group in the first group, we had some American manager who joined. We had some
Japanese.
European people, some people from Japan, from people from China. So we decided to organize the session in the middle of the day for Europe. And so it was very early in the States. It was quite late in Asia. But all the managers who were registered in the program, they were able to contact the professor, to contact the other students, and so that's really an opportunity. And of course, when they have a professional constraint, they can have a look on the video. About the administrative point, all this information are on the website. We have no scholarship. We decided to have no scholarship because our program is very affordable, less expensive that compare all other program in other school. So that's why we decided to have an affordable program. There is a question about PhD.
What is it?
No, it's not a PhD program. You know the difference between a PhD program and a DBA program. PhD, if you have to prepare it if you want to be a full-time professor in a university or something like that. The DBA program is different. It's for manager who want to step back, to publish a book, make conferences, eventually to work in academia, but not on a full-time basis. So Oh, the question is, what is the best program for you? My suggestion is that you write an email with your CV and you specify what you would like to do. What is your project, your
I
personal
mean,
project?
honestly, I can't say that there is one program that is best. I mean, they
No.
are very different. Okay. If you want to spend your life doing lecturing and published article in the ranked journals, you should do a PhD, right? If you want also to have to spend time in companies to understand, to do research, but not only research, it's much better to do a DBA. And I would say also that in our business world, in our business school, I mean, we need the two profile. Okay, so it doesn't mean that the PhD is the best and the DBA is under the PhD. It's just different.
Yeah, the objective are different, you know. Sometime in AMBA accreditation, they say that DBA is the PhD plus because in DBA there is managerial and societal
Aspect.
recommendation aspect. You know, in PhD we focus only on theory, on methodology, on academic impact. In DBA, of course, it's also based on literature, on conceptual model, but there is a relationship with the practice. There is a relationship with the challenge of society of today, challenge of society. That's the main difference, you know. There is a question about can we split the installment? My advice is contact Frederic about that. We are faculty and we don't take care about administrative issue, but we will answer yes. You can ask for a different installment.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you for connecting. We will finish in a few minutes. I check if we have other question. Yes, we have a question about the supervisor. How is
Ah,
the supervisor identified? Can you give some information about that, Professor Paulet?
I mean, the supervisor will be identified during the first year or even earlier if we have the necessary material to do so based on the research topic you give us. Okay. For when you do your application, the research topic will be at the very beginning. But during the seminars, you will precise your research topic and you will produce a short document so that we can try to find the best professor that can help you and advise you during your study. So if you have a clear idea of what you really want to do very early, we will be in position to offer you a supervisor very early. If it's a little bit later, don't worry about this. That means that you need more time to mature your research question
Mhm.
and will be in position to fund the proper supervision for you. No
Yeah.
problem.
What is important to understand is that we are an academic institution. It means that We have no hierarchy between
No.
Professor Paulet, myself, and the other professor. We cannot say, we cannot give an order to a colleague to supervise your thesis. It doesn't work like that. How does it work? When you have your research project, when you have the idea, you have a look on our website. If you go on our website, and on the website of ICN you will see around 200 faculty members, and so you can identify some faculty who can be able to supervise you. You discuss with us, with Professor Paulet, with me, and after that we identify some colleague, we send to this colleague your CV, your research project, and we ask them, are you interested? And if they are interested by your subject, okay, we organize the meeting. But anyway, you have to understand two important things. The first one is that for all the students, we find a supervisor, because we are a big institution, ICN, and a network organization, Business Science Institute. That's the first point. The second point is that you have to understand that your supervisor will be interested in your subject, and that's why he will be available. You know, we just organized a survey among 80 of our alumni who are all over the world. And one point that they highlighted in the survey is the availability of the supervisor and the availability of the faculty to answer the question of our student. There is the last question about who decide about the thesis subject. Oh, the answer is very clear about that. It's you.
It's you.
It's you. It's
Nothing is
different.
imposed.
Yeah, it's different from the PhD. In the PhD, sometime it is the faculty member who will tell you, okay, you want to work with me, so take this subject. And it works like that, you know. Personally, I supervise around 60 PhD theses, traditional PhD theses. And when a student asks to work with me, my answer was, okay, you will work on information overload because it's my topic. But in a DBA program, it doesn't work like that. No, in a DBA program, you have the experience, you have data from the field, and you will identify with our faculty, of course, your topic of research. Okay, a last
There is
point.
a question on the deadline. I would say that it's better to do it as soon as possible, because you can organize afterwards better if you, for example, have to ask for your company to pay your tuition fees, etc. So as soon as you have the necessary material to apply to the DBA, please do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't wait the last minute.
Yeah. And moreover, we will limit the number of students in each cohort, so it's better to apply as soon as possible. There is a question about the length of the research proposal. It's not a question of length.
No, no.
You know, what we want to see in your research proposal is that you are able to write, you have an idea of the topic, you read some article or books, there is a link between your topic and your experience. That point is important because so we know that you will be able to collect data in industry, in the field, and so on. So it's not a question of length for us. Okay, I think that, oh, we are just on time. My alarm is ringing. Thank you. Thank you very much to all of you who connected tonight. We have been tonight, this morning, this afternoon. We have been very happy to discuss with you. We are, of course, available to answer all your questions. You have our email, you have our website, you have here a contact point. And Professor Paulet and myself and Frédéric, who I would like to thank you tonight, will be able to answer you very quickly. So bye-bye. See you soon.
See you soon.